Okay, so did you like the last part of my childhood? And this time you're going to find out what my mother did with my dad's life insurance. If you're wondering why I look a bit chavvy, it's because I'm advertising for Miles' Grime Clash, which is my little dog. Say hi, Miles. So he's going to clash with Elvis's brother on TikTok. I will tell you when it's available, and it's called Woof or Weapons. Right, so we'll carry on with the next instalment. So, my mum and dad, obviously, my mum didn't work, my dad worked, and he had his own business as a builder. And he only advertised in Eckington fucking Leader, so I don't know how he was so fucking busy, but he was. And when he got jobs, my mum would demand that she went with him, and it fucking curtains looked like packet curtains. She wouldn't even let him go and fucking do an estimate. Fucking hell. Jesus fucking Christ. They must have been good fucking payers back then, because fucking hell. But wait, what I cost him, I'd have thought they'd have let him do anybody's job. Anyway, so you can see that I was brought up with money. Well, it got to the point my dad he had a few heart attacks, and he wouldn't stop working because he wanted to still give me the life that I'd been accustomed to. So my mum took some life insurance out on him, in case anything happened to him. I mean, naturally, she weren't going to kill him or anything. He had 2 heart attacks, still, he didn't die, the fucker, so she upped it. He had another one, he still didn't die, so she cashed it in and she bought a fucking new sofa for my mother. Fucking hell, she wanted to be sat in comfort, love, when that cunt went, trust me. So fucking hell, now I'm at top school now. And my mother, she don't like, help free. She likes things free, but not like, it's embarrassing to her to get like clothing vouchers, because back then you got clothing vouchers and, free dinners, and you even went, back then, I don't think they do now, separate things as much as this, but you had like a separate queue for free dinners, and when you went to your dinner, if you have your money, you pass it, goes in till. I mean, when you said you were free dinners, they were like, have we got free dinner, but we've got another fucker who's not fucking working, parents at home. They didn't blend it or anything like that, And the vouchers for fucking clothing, oh, not anywhere. Oh, no. They weren't love to shop. They weren't like what you got from Provident, what you paid fucking £300 more for. Oh, no. You had to only be able to use them at people like Be Wise. Now, Be Wise, fucking hell, you went in there, you had to look left and right before you went in and sneak in. Listen, you'd shout if you went into a fucking charity shop. You got more street cred for going in them. Fucking hell, fire. So we needed fucking vouchers for my school uniform. So when we're at end at juniors, we've gone to visit top school, come back with a fucking sheet. A sheet, it were more fucking a book of what you fucking needed. I mean, you want a calculator were on it. A calculator. It were like a fucking laptop. What it needed. Listen, I don't even know what it did, because I fucking didn't even use it. I didn't even know where on button was. Fucking hell, fire. Then, you needed pencil case, you needed pens, all that, but, your usual stuff. Well, it weren't like sweatshirts and that when I was there. It were proper blazer shit, Oh, and you bought it to last. Listen, I looked like a fucking pedo in a fucking park with a great trench coat on. I mean, they could have fit 2 of the fuckers in mine. Fucking hell. And it was like cardboard. No matter what you did, you couldn't move in the cunt. At all. Then you had to, obviously, a white shirt and tie. Tie had to be a certain length. You had school skirts. They had to be a certain length. But, I mean, at that point, I wasn't a prostitute, was I? So they didn't need, it weren't a necessity for them to be short. I mean, I must admit, we did have a little bit, my mum had a bit of a scare. Because what happened was, in the junior school, we had like a careers you know, before I went to seniors. We had like a careers thing. Well, it just so happened that my careers were about the same time as Pretty Woman video come out. Now, my mother couldn't swear around my mother. You know, she's from Ridgeway, you know, fucking hell. She thought she was posh. I mean, this is quite posh up there, you know, but never mind anyway. So, she censored it. Now, in Pretty Woman, they said the F word twice. Once at start and one at end. Now, the reason I know this is because I know it off by fucking heart. I've watched it that much. So, I've watched it, loved it. Hour later, I've also demanded that the video gift you just give me, mother, ain't going to cut it. I need to go to Meadowhall to get some thigh-high boots like what Julia Roberts wears. Well, obviously, I'm only 11. So I don't want high heels. I mean, fucking hell, I used to run away from boys. I can't run away in stilettos. So fucking hell, we went to Barnett's. She bought me some thigh-high boots, flat they were. And they were for fucking kids, doing kids department, let me tell you. I know what that fucking video were aimed at, trust me. In fact, that should have been a video that you watch for training to be an escort or a prostitute, whatever you want to call them. So I wear that for school, a lycra miniskirt, this like jacket what went with some different trousers, but my mother used to hate me wearing it because the skirt were black and top were navy, and she said they didn't fucking go, but I ignored her because I thought I looked good. Anyway, careers, everyone's like, you know, I want to be a dentist, me. Well, no, I didn't. I put my hand straight up and says I want to be an hooker, me, like Julia Roberts. Where they call me mother? She banned me. Banned watching it for a fucking week. Ha, didn't last a week though. No, did fuck. Because I fucking put Dirty Dancing on from morning till fucking night and took a little bit of Calamity Jane in and all. And because I used to sing my heart out to it, she went right off that film. Anyway, so we're back watching that. So now I'm at top school now. And I've gone off my idea now of wanting to be a prostitute. Because in between that and me going to that school, Sylvester Stallone brought a film out and it was called Over the Top. So I wanted to be a lorry driver at that point. Depending on what film we're at, really. I mean, fuck Animal fucking Farm weren't out just yet. You know, God knows what it'd have been then. And I bet it wouldn't have been a vet. So I've gone to school with these fucking clothes on. Stocks right up like Nora Batty. Fucking sensible shoes. Clarks they were. Only Clarks with my mother. You know, long lasting them shits, trust me. I've got this fucking pleated skirt on. I don't know where socks and fucking skirt started or began, wherever, we haven't a clue. PE kit's in my fucking bag. Now, PE kit, that were obviously PE knickers, a fucking pleated skirt, a fucking t-shirt, but also, it were a rugby top. Now, this rugby top, it were reversible. Because one side of it had your stripe, what you wear. Like, what I mean is, in sports day, the school would be sectioned off to, like, do a yellow section, a red section. Don't understand it, because we never fucking used it. Don't know why. But anyway, it fucking hell. That, I could have wore that as my prom dress. It was that fucking big. First thing about it, I never did PE. I got my mother to write a fucking note all the time. So anyway, I looked all right for this first year. I mean, I were even a prefect until I got bored and I thought, well, I only want to be a prefect because you got your dinner early. They didn't tell me I had to stand outside fucking bother monitor the cunt for the rest of the day. I fucking slack that cunt off, I do know. Fucking do know. So, in the next video, I'm going to tell you what happened when I first took my first boyfriend home.